Finally, he broke the silence. When Lenny Kravitz opened up about his bond with ex-wife Lisa Bonet, no one was prepared for what he had to say. This wasn't your typical post-divorce tell-all. It was a revelation rooted in admiration, vulnerability, and a connection that had stood the test of time. The moment he chose to speak was deliberate, and the message was powerful. But to truly understand the weight of his confession, we need to go back to where it all started. In an elevator during a fleeting moment in 1985 that would alter both their lives forever. That night, at a New Edition concert, an aspiring musician named Romeo Blue, Lenny's early stage name, crossed paths with Lisa Bonet, already a household name thanks to her role on The Cosby Show. It wasn't love at first sight, but something magnetic happened. Lenny, nervous and overwhelmed, fumbled out a compliment about her hair. Hardly the stuff of romantic legends. Yet somehow that awkward encounter ignited something that neither fame nor time could extinguish. As Lenny later recalled, they vibed immediately, caught in a moment where time seemed to pause. That elevator became the cradle of a connection that would evolve into friendship, love, marriage, and an unbreakable lifelong bond. Before the headlines and red carpets, their love story unfolded in quiet, intimate spaces. Lisa offered Lenny a couch when he was still trying to find his voice in the music world. He was still going by Romeo Blue, still hiding behind an alter ego, unsure of who he really was. But Lisa saw through it. She saw him. In an interview years later, Lenny said, "Meeting Lisa opened a door in my life. It was like the music started flowing without me even trying." Their friendship grew into something deeper. And then, in one unassuming moment in a recording studio, Lisa tripped and fell into his arms. From that second on, everything changed. That accidental fall led to their first kiss. That night, Lenny didn't go back to the couch. He moved into Lisa's bedroom. And just like that, their love story shifted into a higher gear. It wasn't just chemistry, it was soul deep. They shared a vision of life and art that made them feel understood, inspired, and completely at home in each other. They didn't care about societal norms or fame. They created their own universe. On November 16, 1987, Lisa turned 20. That same day, they eloped to Las Vegas and got married at a modest chapel, choosing authenticity over extravagance. Lenny didn't mind being called Mr. Bonet. He was proud. "I was married to the most beautiful woman on the planet," he later said. Inside and out. Their whirlwind romance was fast but deeply rooted. Soon after, they welcomed their daughter, Zoe Isabella Kravitz, born on December 1, 1988. Her arrival marked a transformative chapter for both parents. For Lenny, fatherhood added depth and richness to his creative world. For Lisa, it was a wake-up call. "Having Zoe saved my life," she later admitted. The experience pushed her to confront old habits and grow into the mother she wanted to be. They built a family grounded in peace, self-expression, and spiritual connection. A family that existed outside the typical Hollywood blueprint. In those early years, they created a world full of music, laughter, and love. A world that nurtured Zoe into becoming an artist in her own right. Zoe would go on to become a successful actress, model, and musician, mirroring the talents of both parents. But even more than her professional achievements, Zoe represented the living legacy of Lenny and Lisa's love. She was, and continues to be, the enduring thread that keeps them forever linked no matter where life has taken them. And when Lenny finally decided to speak publicly, it wasn't to reopen old wounds, it was to honor that connection. Behind the fame and romantic mystique lies a deeper tale, a story of identity, transformation, and loyalty. Lenny's career evolved dramatically from his early Romeo Blue days. Once shy and unsure, he is now a rock icon with a career spanning decades. His financial and luxury lifestyle reflects that evolution. Over the years, he's amassed an impressive collection of luxury cars, including a Mercedes-Benz G-Class and a Cadillac Escalade. His real estate ventures include an opulent Brazilian estate nestled in the jungle and a chic Paris apartment, both featured in elite architectural magazines. He's also been known to travel in style, occasionally chartering private jets for tours and events. His fashion sense has earned him a reputation as one of the most stylish men in music. A lover of vintage timepieces, Lenny is often spotted wearing high-end watches like Rolex and Patek Philippe, which complement his rock and roll flair. Beyond his artistry, he's a savvy businessman. He's launched successful collaborations with luxury brands like Dom Perignon and Tumi, and he owns a share in a design firm that has shaped luxury hotel interiors around the world. These ventures have helped him diversify his wealth and protect his artistic independence. When it comes to risk management, Lenny has always been thoughtful. He's maintained a robust portfolio of personal and business insurance, covering health, travel, and valuable assets. He learned early on that fame comes with volatility, and he's taken steps to safeguard his lifestyle and career. The biggest financial lesson Lenny imparts? Authenticity pays off. Rather than chasing trends or endorsements that didn't align with his values, Lenny built a brand around staying true to himself. The bond between Lenny and Lisa didn't fade after the romance ended. If anything, it matured. They remained close friends and co-parents, navigating life with mutual respect. Even as Lisa went on to marry Jason Momoa and Lenny remained single, the foundation they built in the 1980s never crumbled. And that's what made his confession so stunning. He wasn't there to gossip. He was there to reflect, to give the world a window into a love that was never ordinary. Kravitz's heartbreak may have pushed him into despair, but it also catapulted his career. That pain became his power. His 1991 album Mama Syed was more than a commercial success. It was a raw confessional. Every note, every lyric, felt like a page from a journal. Songs like It Ain't Over Till It's Over and Stand By My Woman weren't just music. They were emotional time capsules. But what truly stunned fans wasn't the sound. It was the soul. Those tracks didn't just mourn the end of love. They clung to the possibility that it could somehow return, transformed. That vulnerability resonated globally, catapulting Kravitz to a new level of stardom, while simultaneously bearing his private anguish for the world to hear. His confession in interviews years later added even more weight. "I still love her very much," he told the New York Times in 1993, echoing the unresolved ache his songs had hinted at. Yet what made his words so compelling wasn't just the sentiment, it was the honesty. At 27, he was navigating the collision of fame, fatherhood, and emotional breakdowns. The music, the confessions, the sleepless nights. They weren't dramatics, they were survival tactics. And out of that fog, a man began to reshape not only his life, but his legacy. Meanwhile, Lisa Bonet quietly carved her own path, relocating with Zoe to Topanga Canyon, a place where creativity and nature replaced flashing lights. Her decision was radical in a town obsessed with spectacle. No red carpets, no media frenzy. Just a mother creating a sanctuary for her child. That choice spoke volumes about Bonet's values. She didn't just walk away from a marriage. She stepped toward a more grounded existence, prioritizing Zoe's innocence over Hollywood's chaos. And in doing so, she ensured their daughter experienced something that many celebrity kids are denied: a sense of normalcy. But even as Lisa retreated from the spotlight, Kravitz leaned into it. And with that came not only pressure, but financial transformation. Early in his career, Kravitz's net worth was modest, but his authenticity made him magnetic. As Mama Syed soared, so did his financial status. From an estimated net worth of just under $2 million in the early 90s, Kravitz steadily built an empire. Today, his estimated net worth hovers around $90 million, driven not just by music sales, but brand partnerships, film appearances, and high-end real estate. He's never been one to flaunt his lifestyle, but behind the scenes, Kravitz lives with unmistakable flair. His real estate portfolio spans the globe, from a sleek Airstream trailer nestled in the Bahamas to a sprawling Brazilian compound known for its jungle meets luxury aesthetic. He also owns an Art Deco mansion in Paris and has previously held properties in Miami and New York. Altogether, his real estate empire is valued at over $30 million. Each property mirrors a different aspect of his personality. Bohemian, yet refined, eclectic, yet timeless. Then there are the toys of the trade. Kravitz is known for his love of classic vehicles, owning an impressive collection that includes a 1967 Shelby Mustang GT 500 and a Mercedes-Benz 600, vintage power-meeting rock star cool. His wrist often sports high-end watches, including pieces from Rolex and Cartier, matching his effortless blend of retro and chic. While he's not known for parading private jets, industry insiders confirm he frequently charters customized flights while on tour, underscoring his commitment to comfort without excess. Yet, what sets Kravitz apart is his restraint. Despite his wealth, he's never lost sight of his artistic roots. That self-awareness likely stems from the years he spent emotionally adrift after his divorce. In a 2018 interview, he admitted, "I didn't know which way was up." It was during that time that he confronted personal demons, many stemming from his relationship with his father and unresolved grief. But instead of being consumed by those shadows, he turned them into light, both in music and life. And that healing translated into how he rebuilt his relationship with Bonet. When Zoe turned 11 and moved in with her father in Miami, the emotional shift was undeniable. Kravitz wasn't just parenting, he was recentering his world. "It helped me to focus my life," he later said. That chapter was more than just co-parenting. It was redemption. In spending day-to-day moments with Zoe, Kravitz found clarity that years of fame hadn't delivered. And slowly, he and Bonet weren't just cordial. They became close. By 2013, Kravitz was openly calling Lisa his best friend, a sentiment that echoed how their romance had begun years earlier. This full-circle evolution, from soulmates to exes to confidants, wasn't common. In an industry where bitterness often follows breakups, their bond defied expectations. And that emotional transformation set the stage for one of the most powerful revelations in Kravitz's later interviews: his admission that their love never truly ended. It simply changed form. This emotional continuity was also evident in his artistic journey. Even as he explored new musical territory, Kravitz never strayed too far from the themes of love, loss, and self-discovery. Albums like Circus and Five carried traces of his past, but also reflected growth. His 2011 track Black and White America drew from his childhood experiences and the pain of being biracial in a polarized world, proving once again that Kravitz doesn't just write hits, he writes history. Financially, his trajectory is still rising, with current estimates placing his net worth near $90 million and future projections pointing toward the $100 million mark. Kravitz continues to diversify. Collaborations with brands like Dom Perignon and Yves Saint Laurent have added stylish credibility to his portfolio. And with his fashion design ventures, including a furniture line with CB2, he's translating his aesthetic into tangible luxury products. Unlike many in his field, Kravitz has positioned himself as both a cultural icon and a savvy businessman. Lisa Bonet, while more reserved, has also sustained her influence. Though her acting career became more selective, her enigmatic presence continues to captivate audiences. Her role in shaping Zoe's grounded perspective is perhaps her most lasting legacy. Together, she and Lenny didn't just raise a star, they raised a woman who seamlessly blends intellect, artistry, and independence. and that alone speaks volumes about the bond that survived behind the headlines. Even after all these years, a testament to a man who respects both innovation and history. From his matte black Porsche Panamera to his Tesla Roadster and his prized electric Cadillac Celestiq, valued at over $300,000, his taste runs the full spectrum from timeless classics to futuristic eco-luxury. But Lenny's wealth isn't just parked in garages and penthouses, it's diversified. His business acumen is just as sharp as his guitar riffs. With investments in tech giants like Tesla and Netflix, along with holdings in MasterCard, Kravitz has built a portfolio worth over $20 million in stock alone. Add to that his staggering music royalties, earning him over $35 million annually from platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and licensing deals, and it becomes clear, Kravitz is more than a rock star. He's a financial force. Yet despite the extravagance, Kravitz lives with remarkable discipline. He eats a raw vegan diet. He practices meditation and calisthenics. He wakes with the sun and avoids the trap of excess. His approach to life is minimal, mindful, and holistic, a stark contrast to the chaos of celebrity culture. He once said, "I have everything, but I want nothing," and it shows. He's a man deeply rooted in values, not vanity, and he's always giving back. Through his Let Love Rule Foundation, Kravitz has supported environmental causes, racial equality, and education. His philanthropic reach is quiet but profound. Impact over headlines, action over ego. But what remains most fascinating about Kravitz isn't just his financial empire or design genius, it's his emotional legacy. His relationship with Lisa Bonet is not some tabloid headline about divorce or scandal. It's a meditation on what love can become. Lenny has spoken often, and with reverence, about Lisa. In interviews, he's described her as his best friend, his soulmate, even after their marriage ended. Their bond is intimate, yes, but more than that, it's sacred. He credits Bonet for opening his mind, introducing him to new ideas, and helping him embrace his authentic self. Their breakup didn't sever that influence, it solidified it. In a world that's quick to discard, they chose to preserve, to evolve, to co-parent their daughter Zoe, not with bitterness, but with collaboration, warmth, and mutual respect. And Zoe Kravitz? She's the living embodiment of everything her parents stand for. Fiercely independent, creatively fearless, and deeply grounded, she has carved her own place in the world without riding on anyone's coattails. From her roles in blockbuster films to her foray into directing, she blends her father's cool with her mother's mystique. It's not just genetics, it's legacy. And her relationship with both parents reflects the emotional intelligence and balance they prioritized in her upbringing. Lenny's life, when you look closely, is a masterclass in transformation. He took heartbreak and turned it into harmony. He took wealth and turned it into wisdom. He took fame and turned it into freedom. So what can we learn from this journey? We often think of breakups as endings, but for Kravitz and Bonet, it was a beginning, a rebirth of a different kind of love, one rooted in respect, collaboration, and shared purpose. It's a love that doesn't conform to societal expectations. It's a blueprint for modern relationships, where connection doesn't have to end when romance does. Their story is a reminder that some bonds defy categories. They simply are. Thought for a couple of seconds. And that's our wild ride through the enduring love story and luxe lifestyle of Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet. From elevator spark to co-parenting power duo, globe-trotting mansions to soul-stirring anthems, and a blended family that redefined forever. If you loved diving into their journey, smash that like button, drop a comment on which moment blew your mind, and don't forget to subscribe for more behind-the-scenes scoops. Up next, we'll unravel another Hollywood legend's secret empire. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, some bonds don't fade. They just find a new groove. Keep the love alive, and I'll see you in the next beat.